This is Richard Kusiolek with GMCstream, and we're currently at AFCEA 2015 in San Diego, California. I'm very lucky to have two very great managers from Lockheed Martin, number one defense contractor. And I want to introduce Dave Wendell, who's the Director of Naval Strategy, and also Melanie Laney, who is C4ISR Business Development. And so I'm going to allow them to tell a little bit about the types of things Lockheed Martin is doing. And so Dave, why don't you start and just be comfortable and tell us a little bit about the various platforms and programs that you were talking with me earlier about.
Thanks, Richard. First of all, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to be here, and I'd like to ask Melanie if she'd talk a little bit about what we have done at Lockheed in establishing a maritime test bed at the Spaywar campus. Could you tell us a bit what we've done with that?
Sure. So Lockheed Martin has invested our own R&D dollars to put together a Lockheed Martin maritime test bed, which is really a portal to reach across the best that Lockheed Martin has in terms of capability and expertise. And we've also brought some of our small business partners in. And what we've done is created a facility that we can not only demonstrate capabilities to the customer, but also listen and get their feedback on some of the work that we're doing.
Wow, that's really exciting. And Dave, you have something else to add, I believe.
Well, what we're trying to do is take the investment that our customers have, whether that's within the DoD community or even the intelligence community, the IC community, and leverage that investment so that it supports any capability that would be desired and fills capability gaps that our customers have in the Spaywar maritime community. So we're trying to make sure that every dollar that is spent by the government is utilized to the maximum extent possible in addressing the capability gaps that our customer has. And it may not meet the 100%, but when we demonstrate the capability, it may meet a large portion of that, but either way, the customer can see what's available and we can listen to the customer to determine whether or not we're on target or we need to do additional research in meeting their customer gaps. So this maritime test bed is an ability for us to demonstrate capability, and just as important, Richard, it's a time for us to be able to listen to the customer to make sure we understand if we're on the target and what their capabilities and their problems are.
Yeah, we know that's extremely important because with the shift in the Pacific, with 60% of the fleet going to Pacific, that's 40% for the rest of the world. The Navy is extremely important, I think, in regards to protecting the homeland and national security. So can you tell me a little bit more about some of the programs that you're working on?
Sure, thanks, Richard. We addressed some specific capability gaps to Admiral Becker just last week, and why don't you talk to him about one of the ones that we talked with regards to the data sets?
Okay, sure. So one of the technologies that Lockheed Martin has developed, and we've leveraged a lot of our expertise on other programs and across the DoD on, is our mission fusion element, which is a fusion engine that we developed that we can use for high side fusion, which is of great importance to the Navy right now. So that was one of the key elements that we demonstrated to Admiral Becker and his staff recently.
Well, let me ask you this. Can you tell us a little bit more about Admiral Becker? What is he in charge of, and kind of the organizational position that he has in the Navy?
Sure. Admiral Becker is the PEO C4I lead. So he is responsible for all programs related to PEO C4I, and he also is dual-hatted for PEO Space as well. Okay,
excellent. Thank you very much for clarifying that.
So the MFE capability that Melanie talked about is meeting a vision that Spaywar has for fusing information, not at the secret level, but at a higher classification level. So you can take in highly classified data streams from overhead intelligence. You can take signals intelligence information that's highly classified and fuse that with other onboard data streams and be able to have a high quality track that's developed. And when you develop this fusion, you're able to not only provide a track capability, so identify a particular object, but you're also be able to give some indications as to the combat ID of that track. Combat ID is a critical part of the warfighting capability, and really one of the hardest problems to address. It's one thing to be able to know that there's an object out there,
right,
but to be able to know if it's friendly or not friendly, and this provides a piece of that puzzle of adding to the confidence factor of that combat ID of that track. So we're able to show that and demonstrate that to Admiral Becker, and that was also consistent with that opportunity that Lockheed Martin is pursuing called Ship Signals Exploitation Equipment. So SSEE is an opportunity that we are progressing on, and with the bid that's going in here relatively soon, and it should be awarded sometime this fall for signals intelligence at the shipboard level, and the results of that shipboard signals intelligence would be fed into this fusion along with other data streams to provide this track. So there's a real synergy between what we're bidding on and this fusion, and also across the other capabilities across Lockheed Martin to include CWIP, Surface Ship EW, which is done by Lockheed Martin in Syracuse, and also on the Aegis combat systems side, which is done by Lockheed Martin in Morristown. So when you bring that together as a corporation, we're trying to take the best of what we offer and provide that to the Navy, and in this particular case, to PEO C4I, Admiral Becker.
Well, you know, we both know how important it is for corporations to really support the defense effort.
Right.
And I think Lockheed Martin is one of those companies that really looks at problems and really provides the type of technical solutions, as well as, when I say technical, not only platforms but also software. So I'm really glad that you emphasize this to me. I'm personally very excited because, you know, mission awareness, situational awareness for CISR are so extremely important for our warfighters. Did you want to say anything else, Melanie?
You know, I think that's all. We're happy to, you know, partner with the Navy going forward and strengthen the partnership that we have, and, you know, just want to support our customers the best we can.
Well, I can see why you're a part of the Lockheed Martin team, and I want to thank you very much for taking some time out. And do you want to add anything else, if you wish?
I would just tell you Lockheed Martin is committed to the Navy as a mission partner, and provide warfighting capability to the best that we can, whether that's in a ship with LCS, whether it's on a platform like F-35, or whether it's in the command and control communications and ISR. It's all about providing capability to the warfighter to help them in what they're doing anywhere, any place.
Good.
And it's our honor. It's our honor to be able to serve the Navy.
Well, I want to thank both of you very much. It's been an excellent interview, and I wish you the best, and I hope you'll be seeing the fruit of your efforts in receiving the, you know, being awarded the RFP. So
thank you very much.
Thank you very much.